Hey everybody, welcome to Nexus at Night, your weekly Vanguard podcast. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
I'm Rice.
Rice is back, and we're back from Springfest in Ontario, California. Stuff happened. We are going to talk about what topped. We're going to talk about our personal experiences. And, So, talking about Springfest. And I also took notes on everyone's matchups and who won, who lost. So, we got that. Starting off, though, what for Matt and Root Beer, who didn't get to come, what things were you expecting to show up?
I expected there to be a lot of let's say Magnolia, Bruce, Nirvana, and
Prison.
Ravidia. Yeah, Prison is kind of falling in stock, but there was still I still expected a fair bit of it.
Yeah.
I just think that Prison is getting a little worse for wear as we move into the metagame. But I mean, Magnolia is nuts. Gravidia is pretty good. Bruce is really consistent, so I expected a lot of Bruce. And that deck just pretty much always does what it needs to do. So
Yeah, I was expecting Magnolia, Prison. Those were kind of the main two, and then just kind of a malate of everything else. Nirvana was pretty good. Gravidia should still be good.
Yeah, there's some other decks that are okay. I don't know, I think there's plenty of decks that are just I'm trying to think of a deck that's just okay. Barrow is okay, right?
Yeah,
but it's I think
I would have expected people to bring Bob Sagro just because it's the newest for D as of right now, because we don't have lyrical stuff until.
I expected every team to be Magnolia, Bruce X.
Mm.
I think that's the standard. I think it would be pretty silly to not have at least those, but
yeah,
There was no Bob players at all.
Yeah, I mean Bob is pretty not good, right?
It's just kind of what it does. Other stuff does its job better. Nirvana kind of does what it wants to do.
It's more like one wave of support versus four wave of support for certain decks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what about V and regular premium? What did you guys predict going into this?
I mean, Bermuda. I don't know. V is such a crapshoot.
V, I just expected whatever decks were already good to continue being good.
Fair.
I kind of expected V to be a crapshoot because I don't think people were gonna. I didn't think people were just gonna enter V over D.
Yeah, and I think Ezel Senpai posted a picture of it, and there was barely a sheet's worth of teams.
Yeah. So for D, on day one there were 67 teams. For V there were 22, and then for premium there were 47.
Okay, so V has half of the output of premium. That's pretty bad.
Yeah,
but this was the first event, so we're going to look at the next event, which have D and V on separate days.
True.
So we'll get to see, because so many people clamored for D and premium to switch places on days, we'll get to see which one turned out to be the, quote, correct decision. Because for the most part, there's more premium players, I think, on the West Coast than...
almost certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess... I don't know. It just kind of feels like V is premium minus more.
Yeah.
You have a lot of the same stuff as in premium, but less. So
premium light.
Premium light. Yeah, I
diet premium.
Diet premium. I'm drinking diet root beer right now, funnily enough. So.
Why are you drinking root beer? That's cannibalism.
Something like that. I get to. I go into his room late at night and drink his blood like a vampire, and it's
cringe.
Gross. Anyway, the other big like debacle about this particular Springfest is that originally when they were taking deck lists, first off they made you submit a week in advance as opposed to handing the deck list in on the day of, which pissed off a lot of people, me included, because you can't make any last minute additions, as we joked about. On tangents, patreon.com/Nexus at night. I think part of the fun of leading up to a regional tournament is all the testing, and having to get that squared away a week in advance really kind of hurt people's willingness to try.
Counterpoint: the fact that like we already had the listings or registration on a website or an easy database platform, it literally helped staff do deck checks at a absurdly fast rate that I have seen ever before.
Oh yeah, so and just like registration in general was like lightning fast, because you guys remember going to events when we were at UCR. Like you get there and it'd be like an hour just for the line itself. It was like maybe 20 minutes, and most of the time was the like metal detector, like looking through your bag, make sure you don't sneak food in thing, and it was fine. Which I managed to sneak food in, but I'm never going to tell how.
Where?
Put it in a jacket pocket and put the jacket in your backpack. They're not going to search that thoroughly.
So,
yeah.
Back when I was in college, I used to live. So, the University of Tennessee Knoxville, believe it or not, is a dry campus.
Oh, gross.
Believe it or not. Big party school, by the way. All right.
Well, yeah, you got to forget you're in Tennessee, right?
Yeah. Basically, like people would just get tons of alcohol into the football game.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Or like when I went to Disneyland with my girlfriend's family, her brother and sister-in-law brought a Camelback that had booze in it.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, apparently they make these little like plastic bags or like foil bags that contain alcohol in it that people can just shove basically anywhere.
Yeah,
and just sneak them in every place.
Who wants some of my butt whiskey?
Yeah, no. Like people would like hide it like down their pants legs, and like it's just it's wild. It would all manner of nonsense.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Why is that guy walking funny?" He's like, "I have a club foot." Okay, lift your pant leg, and then he actually has a club foot. They're like, "Well, we can't check anyone else ever again." So that was like one upside to it, and also just the amount of time it took between rounds was pretty quick. But that was most likely due to the smaller size of the tournament.
Yeah.
And then had this not been teams, you just multiply the numbers by 3, and then you get whatever.
Like 180 something.
Yeah. So yeah, that. Oh, and the other thing was originally they required 2 vaccine shots, and then about 3 days before, they all of a sudden required a booster if your vaccine is older than 6 months.
So a bunch of people probably weren't able to participate due to this, right?
So that was likely a factor. There were also a bunch of people who had to scramble to get a booster appointment, one of my teammates included, who managed to get it just in time. I don't think this was their fault. I think it was Busherod's initial vaccine requirement, and then the city of Ontario probably had like butt heads. So that's what happens when you're the guinea pig. Stuff like that just tends to pop up. At least they know now to require the booster if it's older than 6 months for everything else, and then it won't be as much of
right. So everyone else knows now, right?
Yeah. We ran into.
What shocked me the most? Oh, sorry, didn't interrupt you.
No. Go ahead.
What shocked me the most is due to that issue, a lot of people, especially in the state of California, were complaining about it and saying, "Why do I need to do X to go play an event?" I'm like, okay, just stay home.
Yeah, the people arguing about vaccinations are not really worth the energy. Like, yeah, okay, then don't go. It's pretty simple.
We also ran into Dawn and Amelia and Henry from
Nice. How are they?
Yeah, they're doing great. Amelia looks great, and Dawn is gonna join our little friend group because she lives in the LA area. So
Yeah, she had a viral tweet. Somebody, I think, the Giratina. Super good.
Yeah, no, she showed it to me. I was like, I gotta follow this immediately.
We're already following. Shake my hand.
Yeah. she was also the one who said the thing about like being here after 2.5 years is like an anime time skip.
Oh,
that was her.
That's right. No, that's 100% correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, there were 8 of us who rented an Airbnb, and
How was that?
I'll save the actual story of what happened with the Airbnb for tangents. Once again, patreon.com/nexus@night. But it was pretty fun to just like be able to go somewhere near the venue instead of having to drive all the way back to LA, then all the way back to Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
And called off of work on Monday and all that kind of stuff. But I know what people are waiting for is let's see what topped and let's see what happens to our little group. So starting off with standard, we're getting the pie charts once again from Fuzzy Paradox on Twitter. Thank you for making these nice and accessible. So here's the top 8 of standard.
So kind of in line with what we expected. Like majority of Magnolias.
Phantom Blaster.
Yeah, that one, that one fucking Phantom Blaster guy is a fucking hero or something.
We'll get to that.
Didn't that person like tweet and just talk about how they were hard carried by their 2 teammates? Or
we'll
am I thinking of like a different deck?
Something like that. Anyway, so 24 decks, 3 to each team. 6 Magnolia, 4 Prism, 3 Bruce. This is for the listeners. 2 Bear Magnus, 2 Gravidia, 2 Orphis, 2 Bastion, 1 Nirvana, 1 Laura Neural, and 1 Phantom Blaster.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Yeah,
There's
so
a lot of Barrow for some reason.
Yeah, that's a lot of Barrow. Less Nirvana than I would have expected. I didn't think anyone would bring Loro into this. She's like so bad going into this meta.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, it's the same team as the Phantom Blaster guy.
Of course it is.
We'll get to it.
I just don't really understand what Barrow does particularly well that other decks don't. I mean, I guess like if grade 30 15 souls pretty consistent, but like with like any amount of like average triggers, like they catch up, right?
I forgot who said it, but basically Barrow's a high roll deck. If it goes off in a best of 1 format, it kind of just does its thing.
But yeah, I guess it can be a menace in best of 1.
Yeah,
but
and then also on a team format where you can sometimes be carried by the other team. Like
that's true.
On that.
Yeah, but you can only have one of those decks, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like Magnolia Bruce is like pretty standard too, and then you could play your high roll thing as the third.
Yeah, but like 6 Magnolia, 4 Prison, 3 Bruce seems pretty like in line with what we were expecting.
Yeah, this is 2 Magnolia short, I think.
Yeah. Here's the top 4. So we know exactly what
mag.
Okay.
Oh, there's all the mags.
Yeah.
3 Bruce, okay.
Yeah, so like 2 mags, 3 prisons, 3 Bruce.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Bastion. The Bastion's I guess pretty solid, so
yeah. I mean that team was mag, prison, and then Bastion. So like Bastion as a 3rd pick.
Good one.
Yeah.
But we can really see the power of like the mag Bruce like duo.
Yeah.
With, like the 3rd.
I didn't realize, like, because for some reason in my local area and in our group of friends and everything, Bruce just kind of fell off. But I don't think the deck ever stopped being good. People just got bored of it.
It wasn't nearly as oppressive as it was before. So people were like, "Oh, it's no longer like Giga, like sufficiently better than the rest of the decks, or like even like it's no longer like clear tier 1, right? Like, so like I think
it has
it's go ahead.
It has a good trade off, but it's a hard deck to play, and some people just don't want to play the hard deck.
Yeah. But I think the deck's pretty consistent.
Well, my camera died.
Oh no,
that sucks. We can still hear you fine. So
yeah.
So going into what happened to our group of friends.
Wait, we should finish what happened to top 8, or should I say top 6? Winky face.
Oh yeah, that was another thing about top 8. 2 of the people who got into deck check failed deck check.
This happens at every Booster Road event because I think Vanguard players cannot apparently match pictures.
No. So
Okay.
this one's funny.
So the one guy was using like the wrong, like it was vanilla trigger, but he had the wrong one or something.
Okay, you can't match pictures. Got it.
The other one was just
Also,
playing a
with that-
completely different deck.
So basically, the first one, his ratios were off too. So it wasn't just that it was one card difference. It's his trigger ratio lineup was completely different than what he set, which is a big deal.
Oh, yeah. So I think they probably wouldn't have cared if it were the wrong art.
Yeah.
They'd have been
The
like,
judge-
yeah, whatever. But like, different ratios is a deal.
Yeah, so basically, we heard the head judge say, I'm not going to punish you guys for having higher rare art than what was listed, because, come on, it's a card game. But the fact that you guys have a different trigger ratio, that's technically changing the state of what it was intent. So, technically, it's malicious intent, so goodbye.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Just AOL.
And then the
is
second
ass.
one,
Yeah.
it's a new venue with pre-registration. One of the teams had an issue with their vaccination information, where it was unreadable, it couldn't be accessed, so forth and so on. It happens. But when Bushi said, "Hey, this is the only thing we're updating," and you didn't see that email, and you decided to change your deck list at the last second and update 3-card difference and try to submit that, when Bushi specifically told you, "No, we only want one set of information," you kind of goofed.
Rip.
So
yeah.
the best part about it was seeing the face of his other two teammates just start wailing and yelling into the guy in live.
Oh, yeah, I would be pissed too if I made like top 8 and then that one guy fucked it up.
Yep.
Yeah, that, I mean, the fact that his team didn't know also is like, oh, I just hope it will matter.
Well, because we're like, there's not really a thing where you go, "Hey, Connor, come here. Let me make sure your deck is matching the list. Show me." Like, no one's gonna do that.
No, his teammates trusted him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, or they trusted them. Like, that's normal, right? Like, but him or them, like, lying effectively is a pretty bad breach of trust. Like, that's gonna probably affect them for a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
Because the other two people, their face literally, like, obviously with their mask on, just turned white and then red, and I'm like, "Where's my popcorn?"
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, oh, God, that really sucks for them.
I know. That's something.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
So
before
continue
we,
on with top 6 and standard.
what about top 6 with standard? Just
Continuing.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't really have much else to say. Just seeing what won and all that kind of stuff. There is one more thing about top 8, but I'm going to circle back to it. So,
All right.
So I took copious notes on who played what and how they did and all
Nerd.
that stuff. Yep.
He is.
So there were a total of 3 teams in our group of friends. There was my team with me, Rice, and our friend Darren. There was our friends Chris, Alvin, and Omar, who were also in standard. And then there was Richard.
what a wild team.
I know, right? And then there was Richard from Nexus Core, Miles also of Nexus Core, and our friend How, VG Punk on Twitter. So they were doing V Premium. We'll circle back to the V Premium thing when we get to V Premium.
How?
But okay, so for standard, I'll start with me, Rice, and Darren. So I was playing Magnolia, Rice was playing Barrow, Darren was playing Prison. So we're playing quote unquote. I went X3, so I lost to Bruce, beat Prison, lost to Magnolia, where he had 3 inlet pulse, and then lost to Bastion, where I drew no inlet pulses and no grade 2s. It was just all triggers, so died. Darren lost to with Prison, lost to Barrow Magnus, beat Bastion, lost to Barrow Magnus, lost to Barrow Magnus. So he played 3 or 4 of his matches were Barrow Magnus.
I mean, what is? I'm not really sure what Prison's supposed to do there.
Yeah.
No, just take it. In Darren's word, he just literally just bent over and took it.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really have a strategy of like choosing our seat positions. It was just kind of whatever.
Was that the middle seat?
He was A. Rice was B. And I was C. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it really matters, but
like I said, I just didn't care. I just kind of threw it in when he threw it.
Right.
And then Rice, you lost.
I don't want to talk about it.
With Plain Bear Madness, lost to Magnolia, lost to Dravidia, lost to Bash, and lost to Magnolia. X4.
Nice.
And then we dropped.
Nice.
So we scrubbed the fuck out.
So Atlas won 2 and Darren won 1.
Yes.
So that's it just didn't go so well for us.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I would have won 2 of my games if there wasn't a stupid mechanic in Death Standard.
something over trigger change.org petition. Yeah.
Player skill issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, Atlas didn't see it, but Darren saw it. I had full board set up for kill churn for Barrow against Magnolia.
Mm-hmm.
I hit my overtrigger. He hits his overtrigger on 6 damage.
I mean, you both hit the over trigger. That's a problem.
I was like, okay, whatever. It's the first round. I'm not that mad. Next game, 6 damage overtrigger. Third game, 6 damage overtrigger. You see where
Are
I'm
you
going with
serious?
this? Yeah.
Okay, it's different when it's like, oh, is it one? The second one, it was 6 all 3 games. That's pretty impressive. You didn't tell me this.
No, because I was seething with rage.
Oh my god! Yeah, you were pissed. I just wanted to give you a hug. You were like skulking around, like just pissed off.
I think over trigger should be at 4.
Hot take.
I mean, yeah, it's the Blaze Blue theory. Everything's so broken it works.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's now the DNF duel theory.
The what duel?
That game is messed up.
I just watched that video. Do you remember the guy who did like the history of the Yu-Gi-Oh meta? And then he had one just about 2002. He finally came out with 2002 to Invasion of Chaos. I
did.
Watched that. It was amazing. So yeah, it didn't go so well for us. But meanwhile, the team of Chris, Alvin, and Omar. We have Alvin, who is playing Laura Neural, Chris, who is playing Dravidia, and Omar, who is playing Phantom Blaster Dragon.
Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Didn't we see a Laura and Phantom Blaster in the top 8 picture?
We did see a Laura Neural and a Phantom Blaster in top 8. There was also a bunch of people on Twitter going, there's no way that the Phantom Blaster in top 8 was pure Phantom Blaster. It was probably It was not.
No.
It was.
Omar would never.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Chris, Alvin, and Omar got into top 8 with Lorenerol and Phantom Blaster Dragon. And immediately got swept, but it's top 8 still.
But sometimes you just lose to Laura, right? Like
yeah.
She does have a guard restrict. It's pretty big.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like a nut and some you don't. Sometimes you don't. All right. So.
And Gravidia is just like good, so
yeah, Gravidia is solid.
And Chris is pretty solid player, so they probably just need to win like enough games.
Speaking of Gravidia,
yeah,
I saw a man take 10.
10 damage.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
What happened there?
Brent Gate over trigger probably.
Oh,
so yeah,
double trigger, Brent Gate over trigger.
Take 8.
Okay, yeah.
Where did they get the last? Oh yeah. No, double trigger is only 4.
Well, remember,
so
Gravidia
what happened
can double up trigger effects.
Oh, they paid for it.
There it is.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Drop 5 meteors.
Sack 5 meteors. Hit the over trigger. Second hit was a crit.
Who pays for that?
Take 10.
I just didn't expect anyone to actually pay for that ability. That was my thing.
They committed.
But you gotta hand it to them.
Yeah.
So wait a second.
Yeah.
How many games did Omar win?
I will tell you. All right. So Alvin won against Magnolia, lost against Magnolia, won against Bastion, won against Bruce. That round 5 nobody showed, so they got an auto win. Won against Prison, lost against Magnolia. So he personally went X2. And then in top 8, he lost to Magnolia. So
3 Magnolias.
Yeah.
Hat trick.
Hat trick. All right, Chris. He with Gravidia, he beat Zorga, lost to Prison, lost to Magnolia, no show, beat Lauren Roll, beat Zorga, lost to Prison. So he didn't do
lost so much.
Yeah, he didn't do great. Omar lost to Barrow Magnus, lost to Bruce, beat Prison, lost to Greedon, no show, beat Bastion, and then lost to Bruce in top 8.
How mad do you think those Bastion players were?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you're playing Bastion the late rounds of a regional for Vanguard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your opponent flips up freaking Blaster or whoever. I don't even remember the starter's name, to be honest. I have it next to me. I don't even remember.
I can't remember Javelin or something.
Yeah,
Javelin's
the great one. Sorry.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Dagger. No. Fuck. Yeah.
Anyways,
I know what the starter is. I just don't want to say it for comedic effect.
All right. Whatever the starter is. I'm gonna call it Blaster Dirt. So basically, they flip that up, and you're just like, oh, I get a free win here, and then they lose.
Yeah.
Oh my! It must have just been.
So, one thing to note here is that, like, you would think that, Omar got carried. Omar didn't get carried.
No, Chris got carried.
Chris got carried.
Oh my god!
Alvin carried.
Yeah,
Omar
he
was
did.
somewhere in the middle.
I want to give Alvin an internet high five.
He might.
Alvin's a god, I think.
Yeah.
Imagine if Alvin were playing like Magnolia or something. He would never, but imagine.
He would. Okay, Alvin. There's a reason Alvin wasn't the one who had to get the nickname. That's all I'm saying.
He was first. Was the reason? Yeah.
Yeah, the reason was that he was in your group first.
And I was like, hold on, there's 2 Alvins. This is too much for me.
The point is, I'm incredibly proud of them, and if you were paying attention to our Twitter that day, that picture with their thumbs over the deck, that iconic, so perfect.
They did what we couldn't.
Yeah, they did.
Although I wasn't actually there for the event, partially because like weird problems with my timesheet, and partially because I got COVID the week before,
and also partially because you'd have to go all the way down that fucking California to get down there.
I didn't go because I was on the other side of the country.
There you go. Yeah.
One day we will attend an event as a team and lose horribly.
Oh, it'll be fun. Don't worry.
I mean, I would have gone into this event with Hexa Orb.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And then I only played Magnolia because, remember, I did Prison last time, and then the gods were mad at me for not playing my thing. And then I played my thing and scrubbed out anyway. So.
Yeah, but you did better than you did previously.
True. Still.
I just am incredibly amazed how well Alvin did with Loro. That's so cool.
Congratulations.
And how well Omar did, considering that he was on Phantom Blaster.
I know.
He was playing straight Copium, which is
super based, honestly.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can always make fun of Zorga.
Look, it's not my fault that Zorga got another grade 3 that's like maybe worse.
Possibly, yeah.
All right. Rice, anything to add before we move on to V?
Yeah, F over triggers.
You already said that. Add like something new.
Oh, breaking news. So the next 2 weeks, famous YouTube people are going to be doing Premium Collective spoilers again.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nothing to do with me.
So, different fight.
Yeah. So not us.
Orange, not us, but they don't count podcasts for that. So, oh well.
Yet.
That's fine.
All right.
Don't worry. I'll try to make a video eventually, maybe.
I recorded the audio for a deck profile for my premium deck.
Honestly, I might do my like
share
Overlord video just like for the hell of it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna post a video of me raging IRL.
I might.
Uh-oh.
Maybe. We'll see. Be
Okay,
nice to me, and maybe I won't do it. All right. So
then you're gonna see how edgy I really am.
We all knew. Anyway, so V Premium, top 8 here. So we got
right.
5 Shadow Paladin, which is like half and half of Lured and Raging Form, it looks like. 4 Bermuda Triangle, 3 Kagura, 3 Genesis, 3 Grand Blue, 2 DI, 1 Tachikaze, good job. 1 Royal Paladin, 1 Gold Paladin, and 1 Aqua.
Oh, hold on a minute.
I
Yeah.
appreciate
Sorry, go ahead.
I do appreciate the random Maelstrom top.
Are people just playing Kagero because it's the last casino deck left?
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
Okay, sure.
Because you got so you have Raging Form and Luar kind of stuff in there.
Apparently, Raging Fall is much better than we thought it was.
Yeah.
It just reads like absolute dog shit.
It does.
Yeah.
Prism is
Prism is just still good.
Yeah, weird.
Prism is still good. Himiko and Astral Poets are, I guess, fighting for supremacy with each other.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Night Rose was kind of expected.
Yeah, Amon and the Raptors being in there is a definite curveball.
Raptor Colonel is so cool.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Now, I guess Amon is actually just way better than we thought because a bunch of people were playing it in Japan too.
Really?
Yeah.
Might want to rethink that, Matt. Nah. All right.
I don't think. But the most represented ones look like what we'd expect, right?
Yeah, basically.
Like we were kind of expecting that, and also one thing though, this is post limited list where they kind of hit Luard.
Yeah, we kind of expected Luard to be way worse after that.
Well, people aren't only playing Luard though, right? People were also playing Raging Fall.
Let's look. So the top 4 here, it's all Luards.
Oh,
yeah. So three Luards, 2 Prisms. There's the Himiko. There's the Himiko. There's the Jewel Knights. There's the Amon. There's the It's Gurgit.
Random Gurgit, very cool.
Yeah, random Gurgit.
Yeah. All right.
I like how first is none of the quote meta sheep thing. It's
Grand Blue's good.
Yeah, Grand Blue's solid. I kind of expected Jewel Knights to be better, honestly, and Kagero's just sometimes the cross just wins you games.
True. It is the last casino deck remaining since they banned Hamill.
Makes sense. So that leads us to our 1V premium team of our little group here. So Richard, Miles, and Howe. Richard's playing Gurgit. Mm-hmm. Miles is playing Raging Form. Howe is playing Silverthorn. For Richard, he won against Ezel. He won against Tachikaze despite a misplay, and I can't remember what it was. I just wrote misplay. Lost to Overlord, won against Himiko. And they got bubbled out of top 8. They got 10th.
Oh.
Yeah. So Miles beat Vanquisher, beat Amon, lost to Jewel Knights, lost to Metalborg.
What?
Lost to Lupina.
You just can't say lost to Metalborg. Wait, what's Lupina?
She's a Bermuda Triangle deck. She spams force markers and gets 5 attacks.
Oh, that one.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that card existed.
So then Howe got a hold of my notebook in the middle of this, and he wrote literally why he won or lost each game.
I respect it.
Which is very nice of him. So round 1, he loses to Overlord in parentheses, 3 damage early. Beats Raging Form.
Right.
Actual good game. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Beat Night Rose. He couldn't find his Skull Dragon. Lost to Jewel Knights. Tribute summons are good in Vanguard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty all right.
And then he beat Amon.
Summon Skull.
And then he beat Amon. Thanks for giving me back Dorian.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, so that's what happened to them. That's still pretty cool that we had an actual top 8 and close to it. In our group. What I can say about these two is that these are both pretty varied, which is good.
Well, it is a team event, right? So it's going to be necessarily more varied than it would be if it were singles.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But even then, the very consistent top seats are decks we kind of expected.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot this was after ban list.
Right. Yeah.
On Lord, holy shit. Can't take the Luard out of him.
Yeah. So that was day 1. Now for day 2, for premium, this is the day I was looking forward to.
Were you?
It was.
Little did he know.
Little did I know. Okay, so all 9 of us are playing premium. It's not like anybody skipped. So that same team of Richard, Miles, and Howe are playing Gurgit, Luard, and Order Colony, respectively. Order Colony being
Good plan.
Yep. The team of my friend Brian, who is playing Vert Prism. Rice is playing NLK Barrow Magnus. And knowing the fact that it's been a while for Brian and Rice is huffing hard copium, I went with Tachikaze.
Fair enough.
Because
Well, excuse you.
No, you're right. It's the hardest copium.
Yeah.
Our apologies, Rice.
All right, and then Alvin, Chris, and Omar are doing. Alvin's got Grand Blue. Chris has Order Colony. Omar has Raging Force.
Alvin does have Grand Blue.
He does.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was agonizing over the fact that the list he submitted was not the one he wanted to play with.
That happens.
Yeah.
It do be like that.
He was complaining about that a lot, and I feel for him because it sucks.
Yeah, that's not great.
There was one change I wanted to make where on the like a few days before, Boucher was like, "Hey, we don't have Atlas's vaccine card or deck list," and I was like, "Oh my god, I can make a last minute substitution." They're like, "Wait, we found it." Damn it. Yeah. All right. So, we have for Richard, Miles, and Howe. Oh no, wait. Oh, top 8 stuff first. Okay, top 8 for premium. Look at this thing.
Yeah, there's a lot.
All right, so 3 Kagura, 3 Narukami, 2 Mega Colony, 2 Pale Moon, 2 Shadows, 2 Grand Blue, 2 Spikes, 1 DP, 1 Genesis, 1 Angel Feather, 1 Royals, 1 Gold, 1 Nubatama, 1 DI, 1 Bermuda Triangle.
All right.
This looks like the fucking intro from the Brady Bunch. There's just all these people crammed into one circle.
Yeah.
Consider the following. This is the first Western event post-ban list.
Oh, not counting BRO.
Well, yeah.
Not counting BRO.
Yeah. So, once again, kind of take it with a grain of salt because it's teams. This is still really cool. And I really like seeing that, even no sales in there. The Nubatama Hozan, I think his name is, right?
Yeah, although I think didn't they say later on that some of the pictures used for the clans weren't accurate?
Yeah.
There's no way Bermuda's playing Riviera, right?
No, I don't think so. I think it was he got the right clan but the wrong picture.
Yeah, because I distinctly remember them saying that the Nubatama I think was Shiranui.
Oh, okay.
No, the Nubatama. Yeah. So they said dominate, and everyone jumped the gun.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, got it. And dominate's strong. It's pretty good. Let's see. Was there anything else to it? DP being in there is pretty wacky.
Geoma Glass Daikaiser is a thing.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Okay, what is that card?
Which one?
The DP one.
That's Dieliner in the picture.
Yeah, no, but what was the actual deck?
Oh,
Dieliner, Daikaiser, Geoma Glass.
Geoma Glass, the Stride.
It's really hard to get
Basically,
I think it's really hard in premium to not play Dieliner, right?
It's so good, yeah.
No, because Dieliner and Geoma Glass just is I am a turret, break my wall.
Here's my 25k grade 3 shields.
Oh, and then also it's you're at 5. It's you're at 5. I'm going to, quote, break right over Daikaiser, stride into Geoma Glass, and swing at you. If you PG and I check a grade 3, you die. Why, does it break the PG? No, you just take a damage.
What were you gonna ask, Root Beer?
No, I was just trying to figure out what the fuck Geoma Glass was, so I just looked it up.
It's a Stride where also while face up in G zone it gives your grade 3's extra shield.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a weird cosmic.
Yes, I looked it up.
It's a volcanic turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was more thinking for the listener. So the top 4 of that was so we have Order Colony, Grand Blue, Nightmare Dolls,
Makes sense.
Shadows, yeah, Shadows, Overlord, and that says Dungaree, but I think it was Vanquisher.
It was Vanquisher, but they tech Dungaree.
Oh my
okay.
god.
That's funny.
Let's see. Grand Blue, Regalia, which was definitely a thing. Nightmare Dolls, and then that 4th one was the Dimension Police, Bermuda Triangle, Ezel.
It's not actually Riviera, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
Oh, what
I
was
was
it?
like, there's like no way.
Yeah, there's like no way.
Not after the
I
errata.
think it was just Bermuda good stuff.
Oh,
No
it's not
Highlander.
specific enough because I kind of want to figure it out for myself.
To Twitter.
If you go to his Twitter, he had some of the deck lists, like where the guy took, people took their picture. There was the URL. Go to Fuzzy Paradox. But all right, so for our matches, we all scrubbed out pretty early. All 3 of us. We didn't do too well.
Excellent.
Yeah. So for Richard's team, he lost with Gurgit. He lost to Nightmare Dolls. Then he got paired up against. They got paired up against Alvin, Chris, and Omar in round 2. So
they lost.
He beat Alvin's Grand Blue, and then he beat Pale Moon, which he couldn't tell what it was, but he was pretty sure it was end of stage.
I believe it.
It just wasn't Nightmare Dolls. That was the point.
So it was Vert, and I can't tell the name of this other grade 3 for Bermuda Triangle.
Oh.
Like seafoam green tail, has a skirt, white hair.
Okay,
Has
so
a
it
force
was the other
marker
Prism
underneath
one.
Probably.
But they were playing Prisms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles lost to Luard. He lost to Chris's Order Colony, and then he beat Vanquisher. How lost to DP, lost to Omar with a Raging Form, and then lost to Overlord. And then by that point, they were just like, screw it. They're out. Okay, so... oh, no, wait. I'll just go through Alvin's and stuff real quickly. Lost to Order Colony, lost to Richard. Beat Luard. Chris lost to Grand Blue, beat Miles, lost to Nubatama. Omar lost to Nightmare Dolls, beat How, and then lost to Ezel. Okay, now here's the weird part. So, round 1, our friend Brian, he lost to Luard, where it went to time, and it was they were just grinding out. It was just going. It was like going back and forth. He had a huge hand, and then eventually just Luard ran him out of cards. Rice, you lost to Nubatama. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I decked myself out like an idiot.
Oh my god.
What kind of Nubatama was it?
It was Magatsu.
Decked yourself out.
So
The counting was too
let me
hard.
explain why. I only hit 12 soul and didn't have any other way to get soul going into NLK. And I'm just like, this is a problem. He has a full board. He's going to clap me. Wait a minute. What's this card in my hand? Oh, it's an NLK. I'm going to Persona Strand for Mito. Let me for Mito. I'm going to soul charge 5. Okay, I'm going to retire your whole row and draw a card. My opponent's face was like, I forgot that was a card.
So
Next turn.
So you decided to solve a small cut with a nuclear bomb?
Yes.
Okay.
So I should have went into Bluttermoss the following turn, but I'm like, I can kill him as long as I don't hit a draw trigger. First check, draw trigger. Extend my hand to my opponent and shake his hand.
Okay. I went against Ezel. So his first turn, his second turn, he rode Bowman, called his Dareth, and then didn't have Ezel in hand to like drop on me. I started off pretty good, but then I had to ride my Heel Guardian. which is a bad way to start. But
My
I did
face
that.
greatly resembles Matt's right now, but you can't see it.
But I did. I went into
Wait,
what?
hold on. Can you repeat that one more time?
Rode your Heel Guardian.
My ass had to ride my Heel Guardian.
Is that better than
No, it's not that.
riding?
Oh, yes, because then you'd just be able to do Ezreal things and kill me.
Oh, true. Never mind. You're against Ezreal. I forgot. But
Mhm.
it's like bad either way, right?
Yeah.
Wait, can he not do Ezreal? Well, okay, go on.
What? Okay, so
No, he just would have done the same thing either way, so it didn't
Yeah.
really matter.
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah. Okay, so I rode into the Heel Guardian. I strode into Neberos. I had like enough, rear guards to like make Neberos work and everything. I wasn't like throwing my hand at the wall. But on my first swing, he takes it. I get a double crit. He starts going to 6. He heals on 4, so it saves him. He then goes into Ultima.
Oh no.
I survived Ultima.
Oh.
I still didn't find my Spino drivers during any of this.
Uh-oh.
2 of them got gauged. The other 2 were still in the deck when the game was over. I was going to ride Tribash just for the 13k body, but I ended up having to discard it for PG. Oh, no, sorry. I ended up having to... I think I discarded it for something, or I had to call it for something. But I I survived Ultima.
That's incredible.
I survived Ultima. I had no cards in hand, except for my Stride Fodder for the next turn. I stand, I draw, it's Sweeper Concanto. I discard for Stride, I go into the Angerblader Stride. I call Sweeper, put 3 gauges from drop. Attack for on attack, he gets 1 more, that's 29. His G-Zone is already blown up, he doesn't really have a lot of cards in hand. He has to perfect guard my Vanguard, but I already restood the other one and killed off one of his interceptors. And then he had to take Sweeper, and that was the game. I won.
Damn.
Incredible. Actually incredible.
I thought this was gonna... See, when you said Ultima, I thought this was gonna end with an overtrigger.
If he had ran stands in the deck and did...
Oh wait, no, you can't overtrigger with Ultima.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. If he had run stands in the deck and gone like 1 stand, 1 crit, that would have killed me because I wouldn't have had enough. But he just did 2 crits.
That's wild.
But I had like 13 cards in hand when he started his battle phase. So I like...
Oh.
And he had the guy that's like, you can only call 1 Sentinel. I had 2 PGs. I discarded PG for PG. It worked out.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was round 1. Now, round 2...
I'm sorry.
Okay, round 2. I'm going to kill you for this. Rice misread what table we were at because we were team 17, and he thought that was table 17. I trusted him because I'm an idiot, and we went over there and we played our opponents, only to realize that we were playing the wrong people when the match was over. But as well, our wrong opponents. Correct opponents never showed up. So nobody showed up to be like, hey, we're supposed to be here. Go over there. So we got a game loss just for not showing up. And then the people we played and the people we were supposed to play both got wins. During that, I lost to Regalia. Rice lost to Luard, and Brian beat Jewel Knights, but it didn't matter. I ran over afterward to go play my real opponent just for science. That was Vanquisher, which I beat. So, good. We're already in a bad mood. Round 3. Brian goes up against D-Robo and loses. Rice loses to Gurgit. And then I go up against Vermilion for some reason.
Wait.
Fuck?
Vermilion? That's
Vermilion.
not... You just can't make up cards.
It was just a thing where you just draw a lot of cards and attack front row and everything. But I don't really have a front row to attack, so there's not really to it. Also, I was afraid of Impede or Bulwark the whole time. Nope, nothing.
Why?
Turns out he doesn't run heals. The guy didn't run heals.
You know Bulwark needs like a billion things bound, right?
Stun burst.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Well, it needs 4 just for the retire. So, yeah.
But just didn't run heals.
Just didn't run heals. Yeah.
That's a way to play.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
not what I would choose to do.
And that was the end of our Springfest experience.
All right, so you did okay.
I'm just happy with myself that I managed to go X1 personally. And with a jank deck, no less. So,
Tachi is certainly a deck in premium. It has some things going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like decking out.
Like decking out, definitely.
But you didn't do that.
Nope.
Bang.
So yeah, that was our Springfest experience. I still had a great time. The Airbnb was fun.
Nice.
I'll definitely. I can't wait for doing it in person, where I will most likely do the same thing and scrub at it again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Rice, anything to add? Or
Yeah, so I went to the doctor's on Monday. He said, you need to change your diet. I'm like, oh, why? You got too much salt in your diet.
Hey, there it is.
It's just oh, there's this thing like this is how to say this. Card games are wild, right? Sometimes it's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
Gotta deal with.
No, like so, losing wasn't the part that made me upset. It was.
No, I get it.
I tilted on 2 games because I caught something in the middle of the game that was an irreversible game state. So I was like, I should have stopped and called the judge and just took the game loss.
What was that? I didn't get to see.
So basically, my second premium game against the Luard player, I believed, like I perceived to believe, I put Werewolf Ketzer in the Guardian Circle and moved it to the Soul. Went to my turn, started my main phase, went to go look for my Soul, and went, wait a minute, where's the card? At that point, 1, I did not know what I actually put into the Soul, and 2, Ketzer was still in my hand. So I was like, uh-oh.
Wild.
Yeah. So I am taking a break from playing DI Premium because I need Brain Dead Buckethead deck.
Look, DI Premium is copium anyway, so this is good.
Would you say the Eye of Premium?
No, DI Premium is copium,
DI Premium,
so you can just play something else.
Yeah.
And have hopefully a better time.
Yeah. And hopefully their premium collection for this year gives them something that will put them back on top. Or maybe bring back Bladewig Sullivan so I can play the deck again.
I can't wait for Murakumo to get the worst G-Guard ever printed.
It's going to be like...
Counterblast 2 plus 5k.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be 20k shield base, and that's it.
That's better than every other G-Guard they have. No, unironically.
Or even worse, you G-Guard with it, and it's like Counterblast 2, pay the judge $5.
Do you get 20k?
No, just pay the judge $5.
Well, is it 15k at least?
Sure.
I don't like it. But no, Murakumo G-Guards just don't even gain shield most of the time. It's fine.
Yeah.
Their best G-Guard, by the way, is plus 10k for Counterblast 1, and it's GB1.
Yeah, that's their G-Flip one. In a world full of bullish primers and sheltered era spangles, you have that thing.
I just look at it next to Lyons, and I'm just like, what happened?
Oh my god!
I just want a Bermuda Stride that makes bouncing good.
Bermuda Stride's G-Zone kind of garbo.
It is absolutely garbage.
I just want a DI Stride.
Yeah, I bet you did. You had one, and you abused it.
Look, that wasn't our idea.
Anyways. I wonder how long I can keep up my bored voice.
Oh, for Overlord thing? I just wanted to ask one more question to you guys before we kind of close the episode out. What do you think of the metas after this Springfest? And do you think this necessitates anything on a ban list? Just with the info that we have.
Nah. I wouldn't worry about it. I think we might as well just I think this event, like, it definitely shows standard, has like definitely some like obviously good decks, and like Magnolia, Bruce.
Yeah.
I actually do think Prison Stock is going down, but I don't know how. But Magnolia I think is just like the best, but I don't think it's enough better than the rest of them.
For it to be a problem.
Yeah.
Like, it is a very large percentage of this chart, but I'd have to see like more tops like this. If it gets to a point where it starts to feel kind of oppressive, like maybe a choice restrict might have to happen, but I don't think it needs anything right now.
I think the problem, like, I don't know, it's hard to tell in a team event too.
Yeah, team
Just
event
'cause,
is also like,
but like it'd be kind of hopefully self-correcting in some way. But I do think Magnolia is definitely the standout,
And then
which
how about
is pretty cool. V, I mean, Bermuda is very good.
yeah,
Shadow Paladin is much better than we expected.
even with the hit?
Yeah, Grand Blue's good.
So-
and Grand Blue's good. Overlord is a casino deck. Does it really need to be? Like, sometimes you just lose to yourself, right?
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's just plain Dote, or DX, the cross with Dote. But and the Genesis, I don't know what's going on there, but
It did things.
it seems that way.
Yeah, no. There's a couple things. So you didn't hear from me, Winky Face. Something's being looked at, not watched, but looked at between Grade 4 Magnolia, Inlet Post, and Regurgitation.
Interesting.
Yeah. I would have expected, like, Inlet Pulse, Magnolia, Choice Restrict if they were going to do something about that deck.
It's not so much a choice restrictor, just looking at it and going, interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely like obviously like I wouldn't worry about it at the moment. I would let obviously you just let the season go.
Yeah,
and then once Springfest,
Yeah, no,
you
like,
can be like, where we at?
That's basically my thought too. Like, if all of the other charts basically look like this, where Magnolia is a large percentage of it, I might look at the interaction with Inlet Pulse.
Yeah, because like California's regionals are always either the first one or the last one, so we always get to see either like the litmus test of where we're about to go, or the final litmus test of where we've been.
So originally we were supposed to get Lyrical Monster 2 meta, but we'll see what happens in what's the next one? Houston? Chicago?
Yeah. I mean, Kyrie is like the only playable deck coming out of that set, right?
I believe so.
Or Lauren or all, apparently.
I don't know. I feel like Loro is copium, but
I mean, it is.
You
but
saw his record. That counts for something.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Loro's that good, but
I'm pretty sure like post set 2 Loro is like major copium.
Alvin's just too powerful.
Yeah.
Yes. Alvin, the most powerful man in the universe, and then premium. This is just beautiful.
No, so premium is literally going like, who was it? Maury was like, I did my job.
Peace.
I'm keeping a small eye on Order Colony, but not for the reason like power wise. It's that if a tournament happens where there's a bunch of Order Colony mirrors, I will go insane.
Oh yeah.
The main thing was between making the deck and between me selling the deck, Brilliant Blister did not exist yet.
That's true.
Thus, it was not something I was aware of until when I sold it to Chris and then played against it. It's a thing you got to play around.
Yep.
And it definitely makes that deck stronger. So I think that is definitely something to keep an eye on, like you said.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of eyeing that deck just in case it becomes like a problem. But otherwise, not that way.
It's got some weaknesses. I think it should be like containable. We'll see. So that's about it. We hope you enjoyed our little recap of Springfest 2022 in Ontario, California. Everybody who's listening to this who are going to compete in the other ones, we wish you the best of luck. If you want to follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Nexus at Night, we have Patreon, patreon.com/Nexus at Night. There's merch that's in the description of the show notes. I have a change.org petition to get rid of the overtrigger and premium.
Please.
It's probably not going to work. Sign it
incredibly cringe.
Yes, it is.
Be the change you want to see in the world. Where can they find the rest of us?
You can find me on Twitter at Wiggums, 2Gs2Zs. Please do not tag me in conversations about Vanguard card art with Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers.
Okay. Yeah, you can find me at Plasma Eclipse. Please don't associate either of us with the main Twitter account when Atlas does things like post a change.org petition.
You can find me at LL Chaos. I do tokusatsu shitposting and memes. Please don't associate the following me with the other three in any disregard to anything that is copium.
You can follow me at Atlas Novak on Twitter, Instagram, or you can follow my other show at Generation Dan on Twitter. New episodes of that every Thursday. The one from this last week was Generation Games Game 2. So that's all Gen X trivia. All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Until next time, I was Atlas.
I'm still Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And I'm Rice. And don't forget, wash your rice.
And have a good night, everybody. You didn't even let me finish. God damn.
Sorry.